Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of Fantastic Four issue 12, 2025. Now this is a pretty cool cover, and we pretty much get them back in the Roman times, and we even have Roman numerals up here for both this issue's issue and the legacy numbering, which is pretty cool, but this story was pretty much interesting. It was the art that threw me off again. I'm not really enjoying it for this little stretch. It's mainly down to the faces and the detail, because I mean, it's like, what the fuck? 40 seconds ago, the Fantastic Four woke up to a temporal alarm blaring throughout their farmhouse in Arizona. 24 seconds ago, they raced through their teleporter to make it to the Baxter Building in New York. 14 seconds ago, they spun up its time machine to send them all to the source of the changes. 4 seconds ago, this machine was hit by a wave of altered history that began erasing it and them from existence. And we see that mainly Johnny and Reed are the ones that have most of the kind of detail on them, as they then are the only ones that survive. 7 were lost to time, but there were 2 survivors, and they're arriving right now in Gaul 114 CE. Fascinating. I believe we've determined that what caused Earth's history to change and our temporal alarm to trigger. Wait, I know those guys. They're the same aliens that attacked Earth while we were dealing with the Invincible Woman, right, guys? Guys? Dr. Reed Richardson, Johnny Storm, and C. Ferris Rome. Ooh, okay. And we get pretty much similar kind of, just regular kind of paneling here. I was afraid of this. The temporal transport didn't complete before the change wave hit us. You seem pretty calm for everyone else being dead, Reed. Oh, that's because they're not dead. Not yet, anyway. Our presence here allows them to exist in a state of quantum uncertainty. So long as we undo these changes and stop this invasion, they won't be erased from history. Right. No pressure, then. You're correct, Jonathan. We did defeat these aliens earlier. They must have decided to make another attempt. Attacking Earth in the past when there's nobody who can defend it. Rude. Smart, but rude. So, now what? And the eyes are pretty freaky with the detail there. I just wish there was a little bit more on other kind of scenes. This is the Roman Empire near its territorial peak. Their army will respond to this, and while I doubt we could pass as legionnaires, we may be able to present ourselves as sympathetic Gauls. How do you mean? The Romans saw tidy, short hair as a sign of civilization, while in contrast, the Gaul viewed long hair and mustaches as a sign of virility and power. Your shaggy hair and mustache read as Gaul in this era. Sure, but you're clean-shaven. At present, yes. But happily, shaving merely trims the hair to the same length as my skin, which means I can still stretch each strand, extruding them as much as I would any other part of my body. Which, this is actually an interesting kind of use of the power set. So, okay, interesting, as he elongates and gets like a mustache and shaggy hair. Reed, what I'm about to say, I say with all sincerity. You have never looked better. Damn, man, this is spectacular. Heh, thank you. I was inspired by the Gaelic chieftain Zercintrox. Not much we can do about our pajamas, but our power should smooth over any objections they provoke. How often do you think about the Roman Empire, Johnny? Normal amount. You? Same. Glad to hear it. Well, let's you and me go show these legionnaires how totally cool and normal we are all about this. Okay. Shortly, while I can change the shape of my body thusly, I suspect my mind is my true superpower. And I can shoot fire out of my hands, and fly, and I can heat or cool down a room to a comfortable temperature. Isn't it nice inside this tent right now? Because you're welcome. Remarkable. If you use these fantastic abilities to aid our legion in battle, you will be rewarded. Turn them against the Empire, however, and we will destroy you. Of course. Oh my god! Is that a ballistae? Reed, check it out. Ancient missile launcher. So cool. Oh my god, is that a catapult? We will fight for Emperor Trajan, sir. I trust you will, Gaul, because it appears war has come to us. It's like, oh god, aliens coming in. Aliens look pretty damn cool, though. You handle aerial. I take terrain-based combat. Deal? Heck yes. Fiat Flamma. You are full of surprises, Jonathan. I told you, I think about ancient Rome the normal amount. And memorize now to say flame on in Latin is the normal amount. Thank you, Johnny. And totally would be something him and anybody else with superpowers would do at some point. Our shields, useless, impossible. Destroy the Earthlings. I'd really rather you didn't. And just smacking the shit out of them. Focus on their weapons, Johnny. We can't take on all of them, but the Legion should be their equal if we even the playing field for them. Got it. The Fantastic Four. Here. How? By being fantastic. It's right there in our name, man. Precision melting coming up, Reed. God, grrrr, as he starts melting their shit. It's like, fuck, man. And then Reed goes and does this crazy shit. As for me, these aliens anatomy and apparent physiology suggests they rely on sight just as much as we do, which means they're just as vulnerable to darkness. And enlarging my eyes gives me the night vision I need to relieve these attackers of their armor. It's pretty much wrapping himself around them and getting his eyes big enough to be able to see what their shit is, and then using his hairs and shit to like take their weapons. Is like, yeah, you're kind of screwed. That should buy us time. Next stop, the alien ship. Precisely. We need to get into that ship and find a way to send it back the way it came. That iris seems pretty hard, which makes me think they don't want us in there. Hold on to that glorious mustache, Reed, because we're coming in hot. Pretty much being able to control his flame on to like grab Reed and just like melt their way through the iris. God, oof! And he like turns himself into a ball to like go around. That doesn't look great. No, it doesn't. Great Scott! It's like him saying it like a ball. Like Samus is like shit. I've seen energies like this before, Jonathan. Before Johnny. This is a planetary sterilizer. It's always hours away from being fully charged. It's like, that doesn't look good. When it is, it'll unleash a burst of energy that disintegrates the cellular walls of all animal life on the planet. The Legion's horses, but they didn't do anything to ail humans or animals too, Johnny. Right. So the aliens attack with troops, hoping to take humanity as slaves. When that fails, plan B is to kill us all. An empty planet is more attractive than one with a belligerent population on it. A ruthless efficiency. Okay, so we can't shut down the planet-killing death ray, not without releasing the energies it's already manifested, nor can we redirect it. I'm sorry, but one way or another, this weapon has to fire. It's like, that's not good, but that's setting us up for what the problem is and how to figure out how to go with it. Interesting paneling here as we just go boop, boop, boop as they're discussing what's going on. Though I do like that we get different kind of shifts. Okay, let's think this out. If Sue were here, she'd hold that energy in a force field, yeah? Yes, but she's not here, Johnny. I know, I'm just brainstorming, reasoning out loud. Okay, what would Ben do? Never tell him I asked that. Clobbering wouldn't help much here. The energies would just be released. Okay, energy. Can we erase it somehow? Or, like, neutralize it? Oh, wait. What if we dug a giant hole beneath where it shoots? So all the energy gets blasted right through the earth and comes out the other side. And I like how Reed's like, okay, hold on here. My God, Johnny, that could work. Wait, really? The whole thing? No, the whole thing would allow the Earth's liquid core to escape catastrophically. That kills the planet. But we could shift the blast wave out of the dangerous wavelengths into more innocuous ones, and we might be able to neutralize it. But we need time to design and manufacture. Okay, let's go. Now. As he grabs him and is like, ooh. I'm not sure You said it yourself. The aliens can fire this weapon at any time. If we stay here, they might get nervous and do just that, firing it early. But if we look like we're running scared, they'll continue to charge it to full capacity before firing, thereby buying us the time we need. That's quite clever, Johnny. Oh, I have my moments. And I do like this because it showcases Johnny actually, he's useful. But him thinking and providing ideas that actually work off for Reed being like, oh, damn. I believe I've come up with a structure that will separate the exotic energies into harmless constituents. A novel prismatic dodecahedral, yes, refractor. Okay, I was definitely also inventing things in my head on the way down too, but let's go with yours. So how do we make it? I should be able to build what we need with current technology, but we're going to need metal, a forge, and men. I believe, Gauls, that I can provide all that and more. Follow me, topless ones, and we will secure the glory of Rome. It's like, all right. Good stapling, no loose pages at the moment. FF has had a bad run on that kind of stuff. Shortly. As you can see, the Legion is self-sufficient, a mobile city. And that includes blacksmiths. Badass. I'm going to think about this the normal amount when we get back. Now, man, watch carefully. For this is what we must construct. We need hundreds of such refractors, as many as you can construct, as quickly as you can construct them. Get your apprentices, your amateurs, anyone who has shown skill with precision work. Yanni, will provide all the fire you need. These two have been a friend to us in battle, men, and I believe they are a friend to us now. Do as they ask, and do so immediately. Johnny provides all the flames their forges need, and soon the Roman blacksmiths are duplicating these strange shapes faster than any of them have worked before, forging the last hope of our world, past and present. But soon, too soon, death will not wait a moment longer. And it's cool seeing the object and them kind of just going super fast on it. This'll have to be enough. We're out of time. Johnny, now. Fiat Flamma! And then blasting it and then having everything thrown up into the air as it's going. And then we get a nice one-pager as it gets blasted and then refracted through all of the little things going on. It It worked! Victory, glory, Roma Invicta! As we see the aliens running away like, shit! Tell your leaders, Earth is protected. Earth is always protected. Yeah, retreat now and do not return in any era. Yeah, because we're the Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic, and we don't take kindly to the unethical use of coercive force. First. Sorry about that. Not how I would have put it, but hell yeah. That's right, you'd better run. Skulls! As we see the aliens running away. And then Reed gets a smack on the back. You are true friends of the glorious Roman Empire. Technically, we're friends of coherent history, but in this case, our goals have aligned. But if we're being honest, the Roman Empire was by any objective measure brutal, and we're friends, ignore them. But Reed, this changed history too, yeah? I don't remember reading about Romans fighting aliens in the history books, especially with a me cameo. Agreed. Our task must be to minimize the effect of our actions today on history. It will likely take several months to... Yeah, I think I can do it faster. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. How's about we don't tell anyone about what happened today, yeah? That's right, let's keep it a big secret forever, okay? Thanks a bunch! It's like, okay, Johnny, let's see if that actually works. How's that gonna work out? Johnny, that's not reasonable. People will talk. They always do, and nope. Because you asked me, if word got out that an entire Roman legion needed the help of two weirdos to survive, that wouldn't be any good, be good for any of you, would it? Let alone your precious empire. But if all that happened today was you fought some unnamed and generic barbarians all by yourself, then everyone gets to go home happy and successful. Enough said. Heed my words, men. None shall speak of what happened today, under pain of death. I will crucify anyone who breathes even a word of this. He means it literally. There's some horrible things in this time period. You do, as you claim, Jonathan. Have your moments. That's what I keep saying. Whoa. We're being transported back to the present. Our families in the regular flow of time must now be restored. And they're rescuing us as we see that going on. It's like, yep. Oh, Romans. Also melt down those weird shapes we made, okay? Yes, never tell anyone what their purpose was. And don't write it down. And also definitely don't keep them as rad souvenirs either. And it's like, alright, what's gonna happen here for this? Reed, Johnny, what happened? And what happened to your hair, Dad? Alicia, Big Brain's got a mustache to rival Johnny's. I have so many questions. Aliens invaded ancient Rome, kids, but the world's greatest brothers-in-law fought them back and made sure they wouldn't try it again. No big deal. And we did it with only 0.00002% chance to the change to the timeline. Incredible. Excluding outliers, that amounts to only a few hundred people doing slightly different things at most. This is a huge success. What did you do? Oh, Val. The aliens had a fancy death ray, but we dissipated it with some cool prismatic refractors we forged with Roman blacksmiths. Again, no big deal for me. You're Uncle Cool. Incidentally, feel free to call me Uncle Cool whenever you want. Wait, these refractors didn't have 12 sides, did they? Pentagonal knobs on the corners, holes of varying diameters? Yes, precisely. How did you know, Sue? Oh my god, Reed, Johnny, of course it was you two. Of course! Everybody's like, oh shit. I just want one meeting of the Archaeology Society where I don't have to apologize to everyone. That's kind of what goes on with your job description. Sis, what's the problem? We saved history. Look, I'm not blaming you, obviously. You did good and I'm proud of you both. But there's an unsolved mystery at the center of the Roman Empire and you two put it there. Roman dodecahedrons. Mysterious shapes that archaeologists have been trying to figure out for hundreds of years. They're odd shapes that only show up for a brief time between the 2nd and 4th century CE, spread around Gaul and nearby Europe. And nobody has ever been able to figure out what they were used for because nobody ever wrote down what they did. We may have asked them not to do that. The Legion, they listen. My husband and brother are responsible for a generational archaeology mystery. I can't believe it. There have been so many theories where they used for range finding, knitting, gaming, candle holding. What the heck were these things used for? Nobody knows. None of these explanations satisfy. It's been an open question since we first started finding the things in the 1700s. On the other hand, Sue, there is a history for archaeologists to dig up, thanks to us. Reed, I love you, and you're right. But right now, I need to write up a very embarrassing paper for peer review. Again. I swear next they're going to tell me that they're responsible for the mysterious carved stone balls from the Neolithic. Are we? It appears, Johnny, we may have something to look forward to. I kind of love that with Reed. I'm like, yeah, at the moment we didn't, but we might have accidentally. Then we, of course, get to the museum, the Roman exhibit, and I love this. It's talking about, like, what's going on from director Oliveira. It says, never mind, turns out these were just left over from the Fantastic Four saving Earth from time-traveling aliens. Love to spend a lifetime fascinated by these incredible artifacts and the untold mysteries of our shared history, only to have this be the answer. Director Olivier. P.S. I'm taking a leave of absence. Bye. It's like, yeah, I get it. I get it. Of course, showcasing off the next one. So, I enjoyed this with seeing how they kind of worked with the Legion. I really liked the story and seeing Johnny actually being part of figuring out what's going on and how to help and figure out how to stop what the aliens are doing. And that was cool. The art was just not really my style. It's close enough to Ramos to be like, oh, okay, but when you look at what goes on with the facial structures and like how much detail goes into it, it's a little bit more loose than I'm liking. So we'll see how that kind of goes on. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.